Revolutionizing sports recruiting, behind the scenes of the starter app launch. Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa, and I am the Director of Marketing at IdeaPros. And today I have a special guest for you all. So I'm going to pop on Corky. Hey, Corky.
Hey Tessa, how you doing?
Good, good. I'm excited to introduce you to all of our fans over on Facebook and YouTube. Corky is the owner creator of Starter App, and you have actually launched your app now. So I'm so excited to kind of look at the journey that you've had along the way, from conception all the way to now, and actually having people sign up in the app. And then we'll talk a little bit about that app launch process at the end. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. Well, everyone who's watching us today, please let us know you're watching live, #live. And if you have any questions for Corky along the way or for us, feel free to put those in the chat and we get back to you as soon as possible. I know we have a lot of app partners that are on. So Grunt and Kelly with Sage Scheduler. Hello, everyone. So really, Corky, this has been a long journey for you, a long, wonderful journey, I'm sure. So it started in 2018, is that right? When you
Yes, we did.
decided to come up
June
with
of
this?
2018 is when we first created our partnership.
Wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
and has the app evolved a lot from where you thought it was going to be in the beginning, or is it pretty dead on to what you thought it would be?
Well, there's been a couple different renditions, different developers, but the base of it kind of stayed the same. But we couldn't get the exact one ready, and it's like I said, it's taken some time, but we finally got it to where it functions the way I want it for version 1.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, and I know it is up in the App Store. And so I am going to put the links. I'm actually going to give you guys the link to the website in just a minute here, because you can link directly to the App Store downloads for both Google Play Store and for Apple. Hello, Odin. Good to have you. But we're going to, talk about this as a concept. So tell us a little bit about what the app does, and then I'm going to show my screen, obviously, so they can see a little bit of the back end.
Right. So what the app basically is to provide kids and coaches just an opportunity to connect. There's too many kids, depending on where they live, maybe go to a small school, homeschooled or whatever, don't have access to like some club teams, don't have access to some of the things that our athletes have. So what I wanted to do was to give every athlete the opportunity to get themselves seen by college coaches, to just create some opportunities for them, because not everybody has that. So we wanted to level the playing field, and I believe that with this app, it's real simple to use, easy for coaches. The same concept is for the coaches of for small schools or rural schools that don't have a really big recruiting budget to go out and find kids. This app gives them a way, an avenue to reach each other for absolutely free.
And it really is, it incorporates in video as well, so that the athletes or these candidates can actually show off a lot of their skill sets, right? And they have the option to add photos, and so it's almost like a little album that they can create in the system too, and then the coaches can view those things. And
Right.
so I think one of the most common questions that we get, is privacy. So I know that how does that work as far as being able to, obviously they want all recruiters to find them. So they're willing to put out the videos that are out there.
Right. So the privacy policy states, if there's any kind of inappropriate stuff, offensive stuff, it gets taken down by me, actually. So yeah, so this is
It's
just
being a little
basically, I wanted to
tricky.
create an app that's only recruiting. It's not a social media. It's not a Twitter, no TikTok. It's all it is athletes basically putting their resume up, coaches putting their resume up, searching for each other and trying to fill roster spots and create opportunities that way. So it's just real simple, straightforward. It's just recruiting.
Perfect. And it really reduces some of the travel that these coaches have to go through to get to these
Absolutely.
locations, so they can pre-screen and kind of get all their ducks in a row and save candidates that they want to look at or
Right.
keep an eye on, right? Because
Right. And that's the reason for the most important reason for these kids is to have video. That is the first thing that'll allow a coach to initially say, okay, maybe this kid can compete at our level or it can't. So that is the most important thing for the profile, is to make sure you have some highlight footage on there before you start connecting coaches, emailing coaches, and let them know you're on the starter app. It is absolutely vital that you have video, because statistics can be very misleading. You could have a kid, let's say they're a basketball player, and they average 23 points a game. Well, that looks pretty impressive, but if the kid's 23 points a game and they're playing against really low level competition, maybe that 23 points is a little misleading. So the statistics are not something the coach really wants to see. They really want to see what you look like as an athlete.
Wow, I didn't know that was the case with the statistics not being so it's actually going to improve their ability to find candidates that
Absolutely.
now. Wonderful. Well, I do know that we have a little video that I'm going to walk you guys through on the setup process, just so you can see the app in action. And again, we're going to come back and talk about how Corky is launching this and kind of utilizing the skills from previous companies and contact databases to be able to get this out to as many people as possible. So Katie does have a question, though. Actually, I should say she has a college athlete, as are her kids. So she was, and her kids are. So it's so stressful, and she loves the app. So Katie, maybe you could go download the app. Katie's also one of our app partners. Go download the app and see how it works for you. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to show my screen, and we're just going to walk through the app. I'm going to go back to the beginning so you can see what this process looks like. And bear with me because I couldn't get it to screen share live with you. So I'm going to show it to you as if you're watching my phone. But it does have a couple screens for showing you how the app works. And then you join as an athlete or as a scout.
Correct.
And then it goes to signing up. So the only thing I would say is that if you're signing up, click sign up here. I actually tried to log in, even though I didn't have an account. So learn from my mistake. So you can skip over to where it signs you up and you have to have a complex password. But once you get past that, you get into the system and you're going to upload your photo for your profile. And then you can also upload a video to this section for the account information. I just went to camera and did it so you can see on here. We're doing it literally as we went. So then once you get through all of that, you can go on to upload a video. I actually skipped the video part. You can do your bio, your birth date, and the birth date is not exposed necessarily, right?
Right.
Right. So it's just for inside the system. You say, I'm the coolest athlete ever for your bio and pick your city, state, add your contact information. And once we get past this one, actually, it's a little slow finding you got to put in the right information and then you select what sport. And so which sports? Well, there we go. Basketball, beach volleyball. Do you have other sports in there? Baseball, obviously. Football. Perfect. And then you add all of your information in. And this is step 2. I think it's a very intuitive process to go through here. I feel like it was very straightforward. And then if you don't want to upload the video, you can just skip it. And it let me get back to the beginning. So I just canceled it. And then I thought maybe I did attach something. You never know. You might have a very interesting person back there. And you can add photos as well. So these would be some of your action shots, I imagine. And then you can search for scouts in the background here. That's awesome. Well, Corky, it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure that it's very, very simple and easy to use. I know back in my coaching days that's what coaches want. They just want simple, easy to use, quick, and that's what we made it, and we're going to keep it safe, really quick and easy to use
Yeah, that's
going
wonderful.
forward.
And it does protect the contact information because the communications go through the app, correct? So that
Correct.
way that athlete's contact information
Right.
isn't being revealed,
Right.
and they can go browse the scouts and also reach out to them and stay in touch with them.
Yeah.
So exciting. Well, and I know we have literally just got the website has all of the app store
Right.
locations where you can download. So it's mystarterapp.com. And I'm going to put that in the chat for everyone. So let's talk about the process for launching, because I know a lot of you with apps out there are wondering how this process goes. So you mentioned that you've been doing this. You have another business that had a lot of the same leads, right? So you're going to have an established contact base.
Right. Yeah, I marketed female athletes here in the St. Louis area from 2013 till right around 2018. Whenever I basically said, how can I reach more kids? Because at the time I could only work with 5 or 6 at a time because it was just so time consuming what I did. So I tried to find how can I reach more people, and that's actually when I came across IdeaPros. And I was talking to a guy, and it's basically you got to find your multiplier, and that's what I did when I met IdeaPros. I pitched him my idea, and we both came to an agreement like this is something that we both want to pursue, and I think it's going to achieve the goal of reaching so many deserving kids, and if it just reaches one, it would be well worth it. But we've got a target audience of about 30 million people. So we're going to help so many people in the future, and to get the opportunities they deserve. So I'm really excited about it.
Right. And I think if you start getting this in the hands of those of students, colleges, we've got lots and actually high schoolers, they're doing recruiting very early, right? This isn't something you start when you get into college or anything. So.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I had a phone call from a gentleman from Colorado yesterday that had heard about me, and he's telling about his son, a football player, and he was a sophomore, and they were just like, we want to get started and with the recruiting, and to be honest with you, his sophomore year after your sophomore season, it's kind of getting late in the game because there's the college coaches start looking for your class as early as freshman year, sophomore year. By the time you're a junior, only about a quarter of the schools start looking for kids in your age, and that's usually the lower level, the smaller schools. So like your big schools, if you haven't heard from them by, you're a freshman, you're probably not being recruited. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not talented enough. It's just maybe they don't know about you.
Right. Well, this gives you, it levels the playing field a little bit for those who are in smaller towns and smaller schools. So definitely, we're going to be releasing press releases, a lot of the launch process that goes into getting an app like this in as many hands as possible. And when we're doing press releases, obviously, if Corky can show up on any recruiting podcast, he might be able to target some influencers or some coaches. Obviously, you can shoot for the coaches too, because they'll actually you need to fill your app. It's a two step app, or two-sided app, I should say, right? You have the athletes and you have the coaches. So he has his work set out for him for sure. He's going to be finding both. If you guys know anyone that needs this app in their hands, obviously send them the link and spread the word about My Starter app too. But I'm just, one other thing I wanted to say about this, about growing your app too. We have several videos that we did. We did beta testing one, so you can go check out the beta testing one. I know Corky's already been through beta testing, so he's ready to really get the app going. But to build your base and really get that knowledge out there, you can go to Facebook groups and start, obviously with Facebook groups, make sure you talk to the admins before you post anything about it and get their approval so that they don't ding you or whitelist you or blacklist you and kick you out. Right. But if it's helping kids, there's a lot of groups that will want to do that. And so it's really about spreading the word and getting as many people to know about it. And then once a few students do, the others will see it. Oh, yeah. And then it's going to really spiral, I think, for you into having tons of active users. And then it's the customer service side, right? So then you have to make sure that you've got people in the app and that everything's flowing smoothly. So I'm just so happy for you, Corky. I wanted to bring you on. And I know that you have that entrepreneurial experience for many years prior to even doing this app. So you had some advice for entrepreneurs too that you could share with us.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing you have to do is you have to have a strong why. I think the Simon Sinek book is a really good one.
Yes.
If the reason why you're doing something is really strong, and you believe in your why, it'll get you through a lot of the road, the hurdles, the bumps in the road, the setbacks, because they can be very hard and discouraging, and with a lot of negativity. So it's really hard. It's really hard to stay positive, keep moving forward. But if your why is strong enough, it'll definitely see you through it. I mean, we've had in the last 4 years, we've had so many roadblocks, so many hurdles that were just really frustrating. But I knew deep down, the reason why I'm doing this to help kids and coaches is my passion for that is so strong. We were able to endure all those things. So to have a strong why is one. And also, I think just as equally important is to surround yourself with really good people. I've managed to do that. I'm not the smartest guy in the room by no means, but I'm smart enough to partner with IdeaPros who are outstanding. To a little side story about that, I was talking to a gentleman who owns a publishing and marketing company yesterday, and he looked at our website and he just said, I just got to tell you, your branding and marketing and your color scheme and stuff is top notch. And that wasn't me. That was IdeaPros. That was Tessa. So, people that are in the profession that see like what you guys have done for me as far as my website and my logo, my branding, even other professionals say it's incredible. So thank you for that. That's you. I wanted to quickly say,
and all of the team. I know.
I wanted to tell you a quick story. It's a little embarrassing, but it's about my why.
Oh, I love this.
So I feel like I've always been kind of guided to do this and then directed to do this, and I basically want to partner with a couple of companies that I think could take me to the next level, and we can do this. But I actually flew out to Baltimore, Maryland, to the Under Armour headquarters. I loaded up my tablet, and I had some presentations. I've got some ideas that I wanted to show them. I flew out there unannounced, show up at the campus. It was during COVID. The campus was a ghost town. So I get there going, oh my God, I just flew here because I felt like I was just told to go do that. And I basically didn't get to talk to anybody that I needed to talk to. So I sat there in my rental car going, what am I doing? And then I just kind of recorded myself going, you know what, the kids that I want to help in the future, the coaches I want to help in the future is so strong. I'm not letting something like this derail me. So it's just not time yet. So I will get somebody from them eventually. If I have to keep calling and emailing, if we get enough numbers on here and we'll get a hold of them, because I've got some really good ideas that to take this thing even further than it's going to go. So that was a little discouraging and a little embarrassing, but you know what, the kids and coaches that are going to utilize this app are well worth it.
No, I think that shows a lot of a commitment to how much you believe in this, that you did that. I mean, if Under Armour doesn't come back and say, oh my gosh, this is such an amazing story, and then see the turn of this, I mean, I'm going to be so sad. I do think that they will. I'm going to go tag all of them on LinkedIn and let them know. That. But I think that Odin had a great question, and that was on the monetization of this. And is it from recruiters? And you're actually, I mean, your goal is to have sponsors, to have like one big company that would do it, as opposed to even charging the coaches or the athletes. So at the moment, everything's free now.
And it will be entirely free forever. I actually have experience working with like recruiting services. I actually owned a franchise of one, so I kind of know how they work. And the one I worked for, just to get your foot in the door, was $1,400, and that's ridiculous. So my app will be free, unfortunately, for the first part until I get my sponsorships. We may have to run a few ads, but if you watch an ad or two here, that will keep the app free forever. Once we get the numbers, though, I am going to seek a sponsorship to where it'll be a better user experience, where there'll be no, no ads coming across the screen. It'll just be maybe a link to the sponsors where they can have some special deals that work with me, to where they can give people discounts on stuff like that. So yeah, the app will never cost any features, nothing, for athletes or coaches ever.
That's amazing. Well, and I do think that there's a lot of different ways that apps can monetize. So I know that we've talked about the different ways, but you can definitely have premium and freemium, where you get free and then you have to pay. But this is awesome that you're doing this, because that really keeps the authenticity on the focus on the benefits that you're providing,
Right.
and
You never
not
want to
just the ads.
see a kid not be able to get recruited because they can't afford to buy a service to market them. And that's kind of what Starter was all about, is for those people. So
That's awesome. Well, I know that Sandy says she's all about the why. She loves that you went through that. And,
yep.
I love, oh, this is Jared. So he said the next app can be for college applications. So you can go into that next. I think your background is definitely in recruitment, and you actually have a book that you're coming out with soon, right? So
yeah, we're actually writing the manuscript now. We're in the early process, but it would be something where if you have youth athletes 8, 9 years old, it would be something to read, to get them prepared for what's coming, and give parents an idea of what they need to be doing, because there's a lot of mistakes that people make, not knowing how the process works, that kind of hinders the progress. But yeah, we're in the beginning stages of that, and hopefully here within the next 6 months we could have something out and available, and everything would be on the website. We would announce something like that there.
Yeah, great. So definitely come to the website, and you can download the apps. And also, there is a contact form on the website. If you want to get notifications as new things launch, just go fill out the website form, and Corky can keep you connected on new happenings. But also, if you have an introduction, if you know somebody, or you're thinking, hey, I'm going to go over to my LinkedIn and this person would be perfect to introduce Corky to, let me know, because I'm going to help facilitate. I want this to be a huge success for you, Corky, because this is
Thank you
exciting.
so
much. I know we have a couple of people that said they wish they had it before for their kids, and you know how it goes. But the good thing is that it is launched, and we're so excited for you, and we look forward to keeping tabs on how things are going. What's your first goal as far as a number for users? Are you shooting for, what's kind of like a number that I can celebrate?
The first number I'm shooting for is 50,000.
50,000.
I think that could, once it gets out there and a few kids share, and it'll snowball. So I think that could be very easily attained. So that's the first goal.
All right. Well, we're going to be there cheering you on, Corky. Thank you so much for being here with us, and for being an IdeaPros partner who really put in the time and energy and effort to get this to launch. And we're just so happy for you. So thank you. And we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and let you drop off, and we'll catch you on next week. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Tessa.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for being here. I know we have Sage Scheduler. Gosh, Sage, 80,000 followers on Instagram now. That is awesome. If you want to come on and share some of your secrets anytime, you can come see me, Sage, right now. And that is an app as well. It's going to be launching soon. I know we have Jared, who has a product. We have Vanessa with Zwizzy, and I don't think you put it in there yet. Did you? Let me just see if I can get Zwizzy. I don't know if you have it on there, but there it is. Okay, so she has product in hand, and she actually you will be able to purchase very, very soon, if not immediately. So go check out the website and at least sign up so that you guys can get notifications when we go live for Zwizzy. And let's see. Oh, Sandy. Oh, shoot. I just lost Corky on that. Wish you had this 10 years ago for your volleyball daughter. Of course, we wanted it then, but maybe you still know people that it could benefit. Katie, great. Thank you so much for all of your comments too, guys. We love having you here every Friday at noon Pacific time. If you haven't already, hit the bell so that you can get notifications when we go live. And we do have a new page now on the IdeaPros website that does show our current live video. So if you go to ideapros.com/live, that shows whichever one we have recently done. So you can watch it. The only thing I would say if you're going to go through that route and click those links is you do have to hit the play button and refresh the browser every now and then, but that will show the next one that we have coming up, and always be a way for you to catch these lives, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube. You can grab it from there. So thank you guys, and we'll see you. I hope that you had all great holidays. I know I've been busy and haven't had a chance to get to really follow up with a lot of you in the new year yet and say Happy New Year. And we just want to make this the best year possible. So 2023 is going to be amazing. And guys, we have Fred. I'm going to try to secure him for next Friday to talk about goal setting and really working on getting your mindset and your tasks in line for hitting all those goals in 2023. That will be next week. So we'll see you all next week. Have a blessed week. Bye.